How's everybody doing? I just decided to do a spontaneous live. Why not? Got home a little bit ago and we had a nice time out. Josh got to the doctor. We went all the way, which was only like 20 minutes to that one place, the Serendipity. Um, what was it? Fabric store. And I sent the thing to Josh and he said it's Thursday and they were closed. They're only open Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, I think. And so we'll have to go another day. Didn't make it. But I did stop by the our second my first fabric store that I love, which is Country Fabrics. And I gave them I didn't get much, but I did get a couple of things. I'm trying to finish up the teapot because I've got to finish some other stuff. I'm going to take it down to the store when we go down to the Amish country. So next week. So I'd really like to try to find that. Hey Sandy, welcome on in. So this is just a very quick, very spontaneous live. Um, but while I was at Country Fabrics, I did pick up a couple. No, I didn't. Not okay. Couple things I picked up. Um, was I found this fabric. It's hard to find fabric. And before I forget, what's in our juice drink today is pears, pineapple, tomato. The very bottom, it's tomato, celery, carrot, spinach, kale and apple, and carrot, and a little bit of watermelon. So it's just nice, nice combination as that unthaws. It's really hard to find fall leaf, like tiny little fabric, fall leaf, which was what I was trying to find. But I found this and I thought, oh, that's really pretty. And I thought the pumpkin would look really pretty with that. I'm going to get a pumpkin because I'd like to get the pumpkin going here pretty soon. I know it's early, but I'd like to take it down to the store because I'd like to take it down there and see how well it does. So I got that for if you imagine the pumpkin, and I don't know if I'm doing the one with the fall leaves or I'm not doing the fall leaves. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, the pumpkin is in the middle. So I really thought this was really pretty. It had fall leaf colors to it. And then I thought, well, if we did that, then we could use this, right? As stripes in the pumpkin. And then I found this fabric. I had to pick it up. Look at that. It has a little bit of sparkle to it. I don't know if you can see it. I figured that could go in between the solid pumpkin. And then they were closing up. So I tried to look for like light and I couldn't find it. But I do have this. And I figured this could go kind of in the middle or something a little darker than that. Um, And if I choose the one with the fall leaves, then even that other would look really pretty as long as I kept the fall leaves solid color. Trying to see if I have. That would work. They had light, but not like terribly light colors, like a really, really light orange. That does look very pretty with that. It does lighten it up. Or it still has the orange, but seeing if I happen to have another a little bit of orange. I've not really found fabric with fall leaves like tiny. I found fall leaves patterns, but they're really, really, really like here I am fall leaves. It's nothing that's so I don't have a fall leaves. Don't have so that's probably the only thing, but I like it. It's a little bit peachy. So I think it would work kind of in between this bright and this. I think it would really work in between. And of course, if you put the white behind it or white trick, of course, then if you're putting that behind it, now you've got that. It's much better. So I think if we do that and use that just as a little bit of the strips, I really thought this was just so pretty. I think it would look really pretty this being the background of the pumpkin, and then using our gold that we've been using. Using the gold here to kind of go with the gold on the outside of the pumpkin for the bow. And that would all kind of work. Um, there's also this really pretty blue in it. I thought maybe, I don't know, but I had to get this. I thought it was so pretty. So I thought I could use this in the middle, but I don't know if that's too light. I may have to, I think it still would be very pretty, but then use this as the bow. I really like this. I think this is just really pretty. I just don't know if that's too light. And it may be too late. I don't know. I have to go see if kind of maybe think I have another light color. Because it needs to be just a little hair lighter. Maybe so I have to go to Walmart to get more yarn next week. Maybe I'll see. They had at Hobby Lobby a little bit of a lighter. So I like that, but I'm wondering if it's just too. I'm really liking this. I'm wondering if it's too light. So I'm just looking through what I have to see whether I have like an orange or something. I did find a light and I almost grabbed it, but I decided, hi Rudy, decided that wasn't going to pick it up. So I'm looking through what I have right now just to see if I need to. This might be another option too, is because we've got the we've got the green and the flowers and so forth. This may be another option too, but we'd have to put this on the white because you need that strong. That may be a really pretty option. I kind of even like that better. Is using this kind of in the middle I would only use just a little bit of this, but that may be like a really pretty option, even to just kind of do this. That would be good. So if that would work, that's what we'd have to do. It's kind of something like this where you have a little bit of the pale of the orange. You've got this, and then you've got this. I like that. Possibly. I like that better. I don't have another orange. And the orange they had there, it went, but it needs to be a little lighter than that, or a little darker, but not by much. I almost picked up that other one and I thought, no. So I'm sure I will find something that works, of course. And that would work nicely. If I found, I don't know if that would work. Polka dots would not work, that's for sure. I just kind of need to find just a little lighter orange. That's what I need to find. Another thing that may end up working too, and I'll show it to you in a minute. They look really good too, but I really like that other a lot. I just thought I'd look through this real quick. I'll show you the rest of it, I promise y'all. Josh and I had a busy day. I'm tired. So forgive me. This may work too because it kind of has what's in there. I don't know if it would be too busy. Is doing something like this, but that may be too. Doesn't have orange. Well, it kind of does have the peach in it. This may be really pretty too, but it may be. No, it's going to be too busy. That's what I thought. I almost picked it up. I should have picked it up and I didn't. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, I'm talking to you and you know it too, don't you? See, Christina took my orange. I have. It's a little, it was like this other one's way too dark. I mean, it's similar to that. It wouldn't work. I don't think the red would go either. So I'd have to either find um, an orange or something. I mean, I have to find it or something. So anyway, I don't kind of like that with that either. So I think that the options right now are to do something. I'm just using just a strip of this. I'm using kind of this with this just a little bit. And then we have this as the lighter option to go with this, kind of something like this. And then to have this. And I think almost this may be really good on the outside of the pumpkin because I think it would make this stand out to be next to it. And then you're doing something like this. And then you're maybe doing a strip in the middle of this. That would look really good. Actually, that would look even better than just get rid of that. That would look really good. I like that even better. So if this was on the outside, this is why you have to play with your fabric sometimes. So if this was on the outside, right, then of the pumpkin, okay, then you've got this strip, and I have to look at how many strips there are, and then put this one in the middle. That would look really good, and then and then putting this on the other side. So then this would be on the other side around the pumpkin. I like that. So it's kind of like this. We're looking at it from this direction. Kind of like that. I like that. So you're doing like just a little strip of this down the middle to emphasize it. Then you've got this on the outside of the pumpkin, right? So then this is really showing off. So something like that. That would work. And then taking the gold or the tan. No, I got it. I got it. See, this is why you got to play with it. This is why you got to play. I got perfect. I got perfect. I got perfect. I got to find it. Where art you? It's in my fabric someplace. Where maybe? I got the perfect thing. Perfect. And I picked it up at the country fabric store. I just have to find it. Where may you be? You're in here someplace. I know you. I'm talking to my fabric. You all think I've lost my mind. It's okay. You can agree with me. I know I have. Okay, wait, hold. Where's it? Kind of looks like a little bit of, when you're looking for a piece of fabric, you just don't find it. It's evident you don't find it. But I'm determined now to find it. Where are you? Where are you, bee? Here it is, right here. I found it. So then do something like this because you got the sparkle of that. So we seem to have my signature piece, right? And then do this as the bow. That's the way we'll roll, right? Make this the bow, this the outside of the pumpkin, this the pumpkin. I think it'll look really cool. And this be the bow, which kind of looks like, burlap a little bit. That would look really cool. That would die down this just a little bit. Just put one strip of the center of that. So that's what we're going to do for the pumpkin. I really like that. That'll be nice. Now, I did get some, I thought that was so pretty. I did get this white fabric because I needed it, and it seemed to be very thin, which I only got it because of our trick that we have to do for when we're coming across a white piece of fabric. So I really liked that. So at least I'm going to try this. And if I like that, then I will certainly get more of it. So that's what we're going to do for the pumpkin. Teapot out. And then I'm going to be doing our church. And our church has like red brick. Hi, Michael's Adventures. Welcome on in. Y'all can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. Switch this on. Hold on. That's on the right one. Okay. So our church has like a red brick, and I could not find red brick, believe it or not. But I thought this came as close to red brick as I'm probably going to find because I'm going to do a Kina Saga project of our church. I have the pattern, I just have to finish it. And then I thought this would be pretty for the church. And then we have in the middle, we kind of have like a stone kind of veneer. And I thought this really was really pretty. And I thought this kind of reminds me of it. So this will be the outside of the church and the stone. And then this really reminded me of blue skies. Just reminded me of clouds and blue skies and everything. I only got 1/4 of everything. So I thought this will be really good for the outside for the blue skies. And then I wanted some kind of grass, but I didn't want like in your face, like it looked like red and green. So I went ahead. And don't you think that represents the church, the middle part, the outside,
Yes.
the blue skies and the grass? And so I figured this was like grass without it making it look like Christmassy.
Yeah.
So and I can also use I've got some other fabric I can use for like bushes and stuff like that. But I really thought this all went really good. So we're going to do this for our church. I want to do a representation of what our church looks like. So I was there and I had the time to just look around, and I thought I'll just grab the stuff. Again, I only got 1/4. But I was trying to look for the pumpkin. That's about the only reason I went, was because I really want to get the pumpkin done and take down to the Amish store and see how well the pumpkin sits with the other quilt pattern I have that looks like a quilt, and just put them down there and see how they go. So I'm trying to get this done so we can move on. So I'm gonna come on live. I did work on about pre-soap caddies today. I need to do about 15 more. Yeah, we're busy today. I need some King of Saga relaxation. Let me come on. But we went down there, and Josh is like, "It's closed," and I'm like, "Well, I thought I sent him the paperwork. I sent him the thing, and he didn't realize it was closed." Anyway, we'll have to go down to Serendipity again, and I'm telling you all, it's out in the boonies. Like every other one I have found, which is what I want. Oh, anyway. We thought, well, I could take a nap, but that would kind of would be nice, but it would be kind of, if I take a nap, then I won't sleep tonight. So let's get this done. So anyway, so we're tired. We'll make it work, right? Don't think I'm gonna need the spray tonight. Take it out just in case. So anyway, that's the gist. Got my tea. Mama poured me tea. Mocha's over here for those that want to see Mocha. There she be, I think. Yep, there you can see her. There she is. There's the Mocha. Gonna say hi to everybody. I can a saga buddy when I do this. Yes, she is. She's a wonderful dog, and we love her majority of the time. Every once in a while, she sows her oats. Look at the pattern. Let's see. That's a heart. Let's do that first. And she has to nest. She has to find the most comfortable position. So we'll go down to that other store again. They're only open like a couple days. I mean, it's a hole in the wall place, but so. But anyway, we'll go again. It was an interesting place. But then I was like, well, I need to really go look for this. Let me go to this other place. So let me go back to Country Fabrics. Of course, we had a lovely drive. It was beautiful out. And so Josh and I made a day with it. We stopped by Sonic. I went in and paid my Kohl's bill. And then I picked up a little jacket for like $15. That was like 50 on clearance. And I had a birthday cash, so I decided to go ahead and treat myself to that. So I went in and got that. It's a tan jacket. It's a lightweight jacket. It's nice. So we decided to go to Sonic. We had a car picnic, but we probably wouldn't have had Sonic, but his sugar was sitting about 80, so we didn't really have a choice. He had to eat, and we knew we wouldn't be back here because we were an hour away from here, and we knew we still had to stop by Country Fabrics, and we're like, we ain't gonna be home till 5 o'clock, and I really don't want to spend time in the hospital because he needs to have something to eat. So we had to go. We had to stop, otherwise we would have just come home. If it had been at the hospital that, he had to go see the pulmonologist, wants to run some tests, and just said he may just have a shallow, like a small lung. So anyway, so we wouldn't have stopped by the place if it hadn't been for that. But he was like, Mary, I gotta get something to eat. I'm like sitting at 80. Yep, it's time for you to eat something. So we stopped off at Sonic. First, we were going to stop off at Arby's, but their machine was down. So actually, I had a pretty good burger from Sonic. It was hot. It was good. The onion rings were pretty good. The milkshake was good. So anyway, we stopped off there and we had a car picnic. We had a fun day together. We laughed. We talked. I put my phone down. I crocheted. And the nurses in the darn office were just flabbergasted because I finished a soap caddy while we were waiting for the doctor. Then, when we got into the doctor's office, I was almost finished with the first one. And then I started my second one. And the nurse came to me by the end of the appointment. She goes, I thought you were still working on the one. I said, I'm long gone with that one. And I was almost finished with my second one by the time she came in to schedule Josh's next appointment. She was like, wait a minute. You're still working? I said, no, I'm done with that one. That one was done long time ago. It only takes me about 20 minutes to do these. She was just flabbergasted. She was just shocked. It's like, that was, you know. And one lady, while we were sitting there, she was watching me. She said, boy, you're a fast crocheter. I'm like, yeah, these don't take me that long to get done. They take me pretty quick. So I need to finish up, and I've gotten behind sewing in my ends, so I thought I gotta get that done. But I'll get that done. Did I like glue this to the point where I can't get it in there? There we go. Just change your direction. So fun to sit here and do this with Christina last night. Oh, and Josh was going by someplace. I don't know where we were. I think we were in Bucyrus. I looked up and there's Mary Street. And I took a picture of it. I said to my mom, "Look, I'm famous." I sent it to Christina too. I said, "See, your mom's famous." I said, Mary Street. Well, that was funny. And then we were going down, and when Josh and I we come back from Indiana, or we go to Cincinnati, we love stopping by UDF and getting a milkshake. Their milkshake, especially their mint chip, are so good. And we were driving by, and he was like, "There's a UDF," and I said, "Yeah, it's only about 40 minutes from our house." He said, "I didn't think there was a UDF up here." He used to work in a UDF, which it's a gas station, and it has ice cream and it has really good milkshakes. So we always stop off on the way home, and there's a place about an hour away from us. We always get a milkshake on the way. So anyway, but he was shocked. He's like, "There's a UDF," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's in the area." So we didn't stop for a milkshake. We had already had our milkshake, but if we hadn't, believe me, would have stopped by and got the milkshake. And it'd been awful weird to get it from there, but it was neat find. It was like we found on the way to the hospital where Christina was at when she had somebody. We found that there was a Krispy Kreme's. Happy accident. If you haven't had UDF, you're missing out, y'all, because it's really good. When we when Jordan passed, we stopped on the way home, and we got I said I can't make Jordan come back, but we got a milkshake. I don't think I need to do that actually. So that cut doesn't need to happen because that's an easier cut than what I was gonna do. So we're gonna just put that whole thing in there. So get rid of this. You can't see Mocha snoring. Or you can't hear her, she's snoring. Tea. So good. Ooh. If I yawn during this live, y'all have to just understand because I'm tired. But I figured out going to sleep would be probably the worst thing. And if I sit and crochet, I will fall asleep. It's just no other way to. Crochet is extremely relaxing, and I will sit there falling asleep. Plus, I thought I really want to get this done because I want to work on the pumpkin, take that down to the place when we go down the other. And I was like, I didn't get to see what the little store was. Dang on it. So, but I think I have decided that my little signature piece is to always have just a little bit of sparkle fabric of some kind in every project I do. Because I gotta bring the sparkle. That's gonna be my signature, is trying to find fabric with sparkles in it so that I can always have sparkle in my fabric in my Kina Saga projects. They'll just be a little piece of something with sparkle. Doesn't have to be this much, but just a little something that has a little piece of the little piece of the pattern that has sparkle on it. So I've decided that that's my signature, is have a little glitter in everything I do. Because I kind of started that way and I really like it. And they had some they had glitter fabric at the place. Actually, it was 5 o'clock and they started turning out the lights. And I just looked at the lady. I said, "You can get lost in this place." She goes, "Yep." I guess it's time to go. It was the same lady that I was able to tell her that basting spray. I said, "You checked me out the last time." She goes, "Yes, I remember that." And I said, "Well, you were telling me about the basting spray. You weren't sure if that was going to work for what I needed, and it worked just fine." She goes, "Oh, I'm so glad." Okay, snoring. She is snoring. Sometimes putting the glue on, if you're having difficulty getting it to kind of way down, it does help to kind of get in there so you get a clean line. Just have to be very careful in the dark, but I can get that. We know how to clean it up. Simple water and it works. And two, just another little trick, y'all. You're seeing things from this angle, but when you put them up like this, when you're looking at them at yourself, you're not going to see some of the things you're seeing when you're looking from down below, just so that you know. I've noticed that too. So. I got to pick up my song tonight, but I thought I don't have patience for that right now. So I got to practice my flute. Like, my dream would actually be, and it's really weird. When I was going by that house, I thought I'd love to have a house, and I'd love to have like a little shop with all bolts of fabric in it, and have the house and then the shop next door, and be able to have a studio in it. That would be amazing to me. All the bolts of fabric in it. Yeah, kind of in the country a little bit. That would be a dream. And I always thought of that with yarn. I thought if I won the lottery, I'd do a yarn shop, which I think I do both. I do fabric and yarn, but I'm like, man, that would be a dream. I didn't think fabric was going to be in my destiny, but it would be absolutely. I couldn't teach people how to quilt for anything, but I could teach them this. Mocha. You're not going to show yourself. You're going to give everybody your mocha. Mocha. Her ears are perking up. You're not showing everybody your pretty face. Huh? Little pipsqueak. I'm trying to see her a little bit. I wish that you were able to play music that you didn't get in trouble for playing. Or like if you did it, you weren't muted. I know people have to make their thing. I know they have to make their thing and they've got copyright and all that, but I so wish that you could play music without an issue. It'd be so much fun. To not have to worry about that. I know I can turn on my music I've created. Well, actually, let's go ahead and do that because I need some. Let's see. I need some. I need something tonight. I have to turn you around though in a minute because then I can't see the chat. Let's see. I need something tonight. Do, 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 do. I need just songs. There we go. I got a feeling that you got me covered too. I got you covered. I got you covered. Just gonna play my playlist of that. I just need some songs. We need a party tonight, y'all. Can't take it. But then if I have you to mocha, I can't see the chat. This is music we've created. This is my favorite thing to do, by the way. Work on Kina Saga and play music. So when I'm not alive and I'm doing the King of Saga project, I got music playing. I did that when I was a kid with homework too. Yes, we did. But usually I'm jamming to Elvis when it happens. I can't play Elvis. I wish I could, but I can't. One community. I know I can't sing, y'all. Hi. Hi, Indigo. Yeah, I'm a little crazy tonight. Welcome to Mary Off the Hinges. Nope, we're not. We ain't going any place. We're sticking right here, y'all. Beep. That's the end of every video. So you're going to hear that about 23 times. It was just easier for me to play my playlist of songs I've created than trying to go through my Suno library right now. Which I had Suno and I couldn't keep up the subscription, so I had to just. And I was trying to do it so I could just change it to paying $10 a month, and it wouldn't let me right now. So I just had to let it run out. And as soon as I can, I'll just re up it and just do the $10 a month because I can't come up with the other right now. Each day. Even now, turning up with steady grace. It's just the way it lights. This is a fibromyalgia song. The way you bend, the way you bend. I got out of the car today when we were going to his doctor. It was like this, like 5 minutes. I could not straighten up. My back would not allow me to. It was not fun for about 5 minutes. Still couldn't straighten up totally. I guess I'm having a pain flare. Rich. Running up with steady grace. Endorphins. There's a crown. You're rising when you're down. Guarantee you're every year. You're blind. You persevere. I fight. There's more. Like the shores. I take it out of frame. Y'all just have to put camera or something. Let me know. I try not to, but it doesn't always work. Steady grace. No showing up. Your feather face. Every year. You're rising when you're down. Now you take your everything. Now I persevere. No want, but it was. Was the first. I take your everything. We haven't had crazy weather, thankfully. If it's rolling through, it's not rolling through us. If it's over in Indiana, then that's the state over. So I know they've had some crazy weather in like Illinois and it's the other one, Indiana. That's the state over. Yeah. It's part of my day. It's just what happens. I just have to persevere, but it's not always easy. This helps a lot. Crochet helps a lot. Resting helps a lot. And I thought about taking a nap, but I thought I'm going to regret it. Better just come on and stay awake. It's this one. Overcoming. Overcoming everything. Bodies. I listen to her. There are things are slowly kind of to be when storms may go. All day, all rebels and teammates along the way. Time, and the song. Sing, right away. When stay. And I think I can't tell you all for sure, but I think I was able to finally set up an Amazon storefront for Mama. So I kind of did it this morning by just accident. Makes any sense? I got to sit there and figure it out more. I didn't have patience today for it, but I'm gonna try over the weekend. Of course, I said to Josh today. I said there's not a day where I'm like not having anything to do right now. Remember that, guys. When I drill that into your head, you better be proud of who you are, because everybody else is taken. Stop apologizing for who you are, and if people don't like it, too bad. Too bad, too sad. Move on and find people that will. I guess because when I become a grandma, it's like I get a portion of I get to say what I want to. My mother for sure has that status now. You become a great grandma. It's like I'm just gonna say it and you all cannot like it. I love this one. I miss Sora. Wish they wouldn't have taken that down. I gotta get back to devotions. I just haven't had time. And we're gonna finish the Advent this Christmas. It'll take 2 Christmases to get through that. I just figured out at this point, might as well just wait till Christmas. Turn your best on my heart. See me through. I'm to be finished. In me. Amen. Believe all what you want to believe. Not stopping anybody from believing what they would like to believe. But you're here for a plan and a purpose. It's coming out so cool, guys. Did you hear Mama last night? She was like, "Yeah, I love the colors. I love it." Like, I know my mother way too well. She didn't know it was for her, but can't wait for fall. You falling? Can't wait. Too hot outside. I found. It should be beautiful too. Change can be beautiful. Just around and see. Yes, I'm a little bit off my rocker. Y'all haven't figured it out yet. I just love having fun. Takes my mind off of everything else. I heard enough. I want to just be able to have a little fun. Right? Just look around and see. For you and me. Let's go. See, I'm on here and we're opening up for you all, but I'm having too much fun doing some of this for me. Hi, Otto. We're just jamming out and having fun. There's some music I created that's on a playlist, and you're probably going to hear this song several times, but I just put on a playlist. I'm like, I need some music. And because you can't play, if I was doing this and I wasn't live, Elvis would be cranking, but I can't do Elvis because that would be a copyright strike. So I'm doing what I can do. Music we've created that's on our channel for you all to listen to. Oh, my back. Like what's that's doing all of a sudden. It's not fun. Whatever I did to my back today can go suck a lemon. I'm over it. It's not fun right there. I did something to it because it really hurts today on that one side. I can tell it's just not happy. Mm. Oh, that's where it is. Ooh, that didn't feel good. I can feel it. So I guess I shouldn't press the area. Maybe it won't hurt. Ooh. Let's see. Even true. That's what I did for my dad and for all the veterans that serve our country. So, what did I do to my back? Ooh. Ooh. Sorry, guys. Mm. Mm. I don't like that. I'm missing out. So I'm talking about, guys. Get dealing with chronic pain. Don't sit there and do what you can. But get your hands busy. Of course, whatever this is going on with my back may cut this live shorter than I wanted to, but we're gonna keep pressing forward. Click on it. Know what scares me the most is if I literally, with my back, could be walking and all of a sudden just look at Josh and say, I can't walk for a few minutes. I mean, it's just the way my back is. Mm, don't like that. Do not, do not. Glad it didn't happen last night because Christina was really looking forward to that. Love you, Dad. Sorry, guys. Out of respect, you need to stop. Mm. It's not fun right now. It's really not fun. Can we please stop back? I really appreciate it. Please. Whatever you're doing, stop. It was hurting before I was moving around. Sits by the window, yarn in hand. Blanket lady, which I still am. That understands every stitch, a touch of love. Her blankets like hugs from above. Amen. Yeah. Her blankets like hugs. Now it's fabric. I'm gonna be really upset if that's flaring up again. It haven't flared up for a while. I'm gonna be really an unhappy camper for this. I had sciatica for way too long, and I was over it months ago. I just keep moving. No, I don't think I want to do that because it's going to be way too small. But I think we're going to do it here for sure. This needs to go. If you were printing out this pattern, because we give it to you to print it out, we tell you you can print it any size you want. If I was going to do this one, I would make sure that you're printing it and giving yourself a little bit more of a border around it. If you're not, you're learning how to do this, those little small ones could be until you get the hang of it. Like Christina was getting upset yesterday, and I was like, I don't like these tiny cuts. And I said, but you have to learn how to do them because they're part of it. My hand. This is my dad's song. All my hairs through it all. Your knees, shining base. Love was there in a thousand ways. Ouch. Always, run away. You're in my heart. For those memories. You're grows. Sometimes you really have to watch your board because it will affect how it looks underneath if you're not careful. Yes, he did. Guys, little girls, you're away. You're in my heart, with no face. Tonight, she's snoring. Stay, daddy's little girl always. Someday, daddy's little girl always. Guys, I wear my heart on my sleeve if you haven't figured it out yet. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Who you see on the other side of the camera is exactly who you would meet in person. I'm no different. Actually, the doctor, when we were at the doctor's office with Josh, and we were talking to him, and he said something. I forgot what he said. And I said, my job to keep him, he said, he said, he talked to Josh and he was talking to him a little bit, and he said something. I said, well, I'm going to make him do something, whatever it was, just move around a little bit more, what have you. And he said, I like her. He said, she's a tough cookie when she needs to be. And I said, oh, yes, I am. And he says, Lane said, he said, she's going to keep you going. He said, he's looked at the doctor. He said, she's done more than keep me going. She's kept me alive. He said, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. He said, she's the best thing that ever happened to me. So, because I get to the point where I'm just like, okay, we're done. We're doing this whether you like it or not. Did that with Christina yesterday a little bit. For the first time in a while, she was like, think I needed Mama Bear to come out. And I did last night to her. So I wasn't going to let her. She needed a little bit of Mama Bear love. And I gave it to her. And I give my husband this, not Mama Bear. Sometimes I'll just be a tough wife because I want him around for a very long time. The fact that he's even here now is a miracle. We're there for each other. You're not there for each other, guys. You're gonna think you're gonna get into being married and it's gonna be an easy road, and then the grass is greener on the other side. You got another thing coming because it's not. Too many people give up and they just don't get pressed through, and you know. And people think they'll get into a new relationship and there won't be any problems. Well, there'll still be problems in that one too. They'll just be different looks. Yes. Mhm. Trying to get it to the point where I like it. There we go. Okay, we need to get. Okay. I'll get these glued together because it's not going to work any other way. Cut it too short to go down there and it's going to fray if I don't. Well, we're going to be doing a pumpkin soon. Need to do some jokes again. I don't like that. Uh, that's not going to be fun tonight. Not one bit. Looking forward, guys, to get back. I'm fine, feeling fine. I'm fine. Just easier to hold my board when I'm trying to tuck it into the back side of it. Trying to put it down. So I have more support that way. Whoopsie. Well, I thought of that. I need to fix that one now. So I kind of did a booby. Oh, a boo boo. Not a booby. Kind of took a. Well, we're going to not do that. We'll fix it. That's why I'm saying here, if you're going to print this out, do a little bit more of a. And if this ever happens when you're doing it and you cut it too small next to it, you can glue it. It's fine. It'll glue just fine. So, and nobody will be the wiser. But it's going to have to be glued so it goes up there. But we'll fix that. It'll be fine. So let's do the last thing because this has happened. You don't have to do this every time, but I can tell when I've had a cut that's not right. And I think we're done. So, see, we got 1/4 yard. This is still how much I have left. So, doesn't take much, guys. Not like you gotta go spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on fabric. You know. And I could have gone crazy in the fabric store today. I didn't. You'd have been proud of me. I cut that way too big. My scrap pile. My tiny, tiny scrap pile. Nothing. Alright, well, let's see. If not, I'm going to. I didn't realize that was there. Yeah, I cut it too small. Yep, I did. Yeah, that's it. Because it's going to be really bad. Oh, it's going to be terrible, but it's going to be. Now, have you ever had it where you put your credit card away and you think you're done and the card doesn't go through? It's kind of like that. I think that'll work. I'll make it work. I just have to put this in the scrap pile. I know what that is. And he's going for a WALK. You ready for your walk? Ready for your walk with your friend? Nicole, your friend, your buddy. Walk time. Walkies. There we go. I'm going to fix it. Oh. Oh. And then we're gonna have to, we'll fix this and it'll work. See? So I'm not even gonna worry about that. Gonna get it. We're gonna get her done. So I'm gonna put this like this. So. Y'all don't see I want autumn coming, don't you? I think I'm getting faster. At least I feel like I am. But another thing, just be careful when you're doing it, because if you notice a little bump with like the foam, just take it and see if you can flatten it out before you put the stuff down. Can't always do it, but sometimes you can kind of make sure that you don't see it. Takes the stage. Takes the stage. We'll have to fix that because that's gonna too close. But I think it'll be okay. Let's see if we can do this. Not really. I can. There we go. Sometimes you can do that and just navigate it around. If you've cut it too close, it'll work. Just there we go. Looks better. Because there was enough fabric around the rest of it that I could pick it up and place it down, and you would have never noticed it. Don't tell anybody. You don't break the ice up. It's not gonna be fun. Well, Mocha's out. You may have to go outside and get my walker. I don't know yet. I don't want to get up from here yet because it's gonna hurt too bad. But I forgot where I put the. Oh yeah, I know where I did. You may just want to bring it in the house in case I need it. Sorry, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna need it, but if I'm gonna need it to get up. I'm not gonna try getting up with right now because I don't think I'll get down. Spatty song. Now, before I kind of glue that down, I want to get these pieces done. Beaches, away with the beaches. she did. That way, if the walker's in here and I get up and I feel like I'm gonna fall real quick, then it's there to support me. Thank you. I don't know if I'm gonna need it, but I don't want to. May not need it. That's why it's here. In case I need it. Wish she could have been around just to hear the news that Christina was going to have a little one, but it wasn't God's plan. See, that's why I did. That's why I didn't glue this down yet, because of just what happened just now, and I'm not gluing it down till I get this other piece down. And then we're going to glue it down. If I have to use some of my other special glue, that I may add that, just not just the craft glue, but the other. I know you didn't have much of a choice. I love you and miss you, but you're in that glorious time of pain and suffering. I will see you again. You've ended your construction, and as I'm sure God said to you, faithful servant. Amen. Your work is done here. We love you, and we will miss you. Absolutely. I forgot there were emotional ones in this playlist. Oh boy. Forgot there was. I have to make a beach scene one of these times for in memory of her and send it to her daughter. I have to call it something with Patty or something. She called herself She-Shell Mama, I think it was. Here's Christina's song. It doesn't make me sad. There's my rosebud. We didn't know then that she was going to be Mama herself very soon. Oh, from above. Thank you. I don't know if I'm going to need it, but I may. If I don't, that's fine. Burn, absolutely. Okay, let's do this piece. Be careful when you're pulling up your thing. You don't like if you can avoid getting your board clipped, because that'll make a mark that'll kind of won't make your fabric flat. Just put it over there in case. I don't know if I'm gonna need it, but I'm not liking what my back's doing right now. Fine. I may not need it, but I thought I'm just in case while she's out, let's just get it ready. I do not actually have to use it, but like oops. I'm strong like a treasure. I'm so proud of you. I'm strong like a treasure. No, it's so true. I'm so proud of you. Absolutely. Couldn't be more proud of that young lady. Christina Rose, I love you. Always, Mama. Absolutely. Yeah, we may have a problem in a little bit when I get up.
What happened?
Ask my back.
Maybe it has something to do with all the wacky roads you went on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look forward to getting up. I really am not. It was bothering me when we went to the doctor, and
Ignoring it.
I didn't ignore it. There was nothing I could do about it, honey. I didn't think anything of it. Now I'm sitting here trying to think. I may get up just fine, but I don't know. It's acting a little bit wacky. It's there in case when I get up, I need help. Just know it's not happy. Be proud of being yourself. Everyone else is taken. Ran on the run, their own amazing disco ball. I'm using the B7000 glue, and as soon as we get the storefront up with Amazon, it'll still be the same thing, but we'll be putting that in there so you guys will have product lists and ideas list. I just have to figure out how to do it. But I wanted to get Mama set up with a storefront, but wasn't quite sure how to do it, and I did something today. First it said it wasn't approved. You needed something or other, and then all of a sudden it was like, yeah, you've got a storefront. I'm like, okay. Then we're gonna have to hold it, and then we gotta really. And I'm gonna use some of the fabric glue too, so that it's got the fabric and the other glue kind of mixed together. And then you gotta really pay attention to how you. So once this is in here, it ain't going anywhere. What's it? Well, now I gotta hold it. What you could do is take a little bit of tape and put it there, and then it'll fix it. It'll hold it until that way you don't have to hold it. I'm gonna get in with my glue real quick because there's water on. And get water where I think it's gonna dry because I got glue on it, and I don't want glue on this. Doesn't hurt till I start moving, and then when I start moving, it's like my back's like, no. So. So we got to hold this for a minute because we got to get it back. But I am taking water and kind of putting it all around where I think it's going to be an issue. Because it's the trick. Hearts are raining tears. That's why I was late in her life. Now, what I'm going to do too is connect. See, it's already it's fixed. No, I spoke too soon. We're going to take glue and connect this with this other, which will connect very. That'll help to. You know how hard this is to do one handed? It's not easy. Okay. Okay. And that way, this piece will kind of hold the next piece over. See? And then that way, while this is drying and getting back into position, because we just did a boot on it earlier. You see? So. And then when we put the frame on, you won't notice it. If you think it is, just take your water. It's the in your steam ripper and it'll come right off. Will they mess? Which I can't touch. Not too worried about it. It's just I want to get the glue off before it dries. Where you can see it. I'm not worried about the glue inside. I'm worried about the glue where you can see it. So now we've now taken the glue, you see right there. And now this piece is connected with this. This is a little wiggly, but when we put the frame on, you're going to be just fine. But and that'll harden too after a while. So hopefully let's just do this while this is still kind of setting. We'll have to be very careful. Then we can I wanted to really finish this tonight. I was going to stay up and just finish it. But it may not happen. I may have to go see where I'm going to be. This was her birthday prayer. Tonight. And wherever to. See, I wanted to get to that before it dries. Scared me half to what smoke would come in back. Mom. I'm gonna hold this while I do this because I don't want it to fall out of place. I've got to go this one gentle. This is what the boo boo we did. Did it make it so you can't get up there, Mocha? Sure, they'll fix it. Just give them a minute, darling. Go with Josh. I'll take you. I remind you all enough to be proud of being yourself tonight. One of my favorite songs I created, y'all. Yeah, the green's pretty. Sandy, you'll have to tell me one you would like to see me do. I have to fold that in because it's kind of going to show through and I'm not going to like it. Time to let it go. I won't feel the show. Going down to and fro. Try not to make the fabric spray. Also trying to get the glue off because I'm not happy with the glue there. Nope, she wants on the bed, and my walker's right where she wants to go. Well, somebody else will have to move it because if I try to get up, I'm gonna not go back down again, Mocha. There's a way to do it. It's just I gotta be careful with it. One. It's coming off. It's just. Okay, they'll have to come fix it. I can't help you, darling. I wish I could. I can't help you. It's coming off. I just got a little bit more glue. And if I take this off, it'll be a train wreck. There we go. See, her routine is if I'm on the bed, if I'm doing this and she comes back from a walk, she wants on the bed. My walker, my mother put right in front of the bed. Okay. As good as I'm going to get it. I like it. Where is it? If I can. There we go. And there was a way to fix it. It was just not coming off, and I didn't like the way it was looking because it looked like it was the glue that really. There, we fixed it. It's going to do it my way. Believe me. It's going to do it the way I want to. I fixed it. If this isn't working. She wants on the bed, and the walker's there, and so she can't get to the bed. I'm sorry, Milka. Okay. There we go. You have to tell me which one you want me to do. Do one for you, Sandy. You're just a rock star, and I love you. I'm so thankful for all you do. Just being my friend. Mom, she wants on the bed, and she can't get on the bed because the walker's on the bed. Her routine is to go on the bed after her walk. She's a very routine kind of girl. I'm here doing this, so she wants on the bed. That's what I'm trying to say. No, She's like, Mary's here. I want to be on the bed. I have my walk. There you go. She got a needle. She's got one of Josh's and things. It's not a needle. It's a syringe. Just move my walker out of the way entirely. Sorry it caused such a problem. She just came in and there was something new. Uh, That's fine. I hope I don't need it. No, just put it up there and I'll deal with it later. It wasn't a needle. It was something we used to create the products. Do all that and she's going to find. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy, that dog. Now she's following mom. Oh, we love her. My mom went through all that to move it so she could go lie in the bed. Now she's going to follow mother. Oh my God. Lord have child. That's our theme song, guys. Crochet connection. We're more than friends. Oh, it's holidays. Pray when I get up here, y'all. I don't have a. I will be very careful, y'all, when I get up from here because if I think I'm gonna fall, I will get Josh to help me. Don't worry about it. Promise y'all, I don't take chances like that. I don't think I am, but I just don't know how it's gonna be when I try to get up. I love the I love the plaid. I think it looks really cool. Crochet connection. I think if for some reason we don't finish this tonight, which I don't know, we could probably finish it by tomorrow and then we can start the really simple one. The one I want to do for the store because I think it looks like a quilt. And then I'll work on the pumpkin. So that's probably what we're going to end up doing. Come on, stay. Oh, it's so good. We got to finish Elvis too. So that's just the diamond painting stuff. We got to finish. We got to finish Elvis. I'm just enjoying this so much. I'll ever go back to diamond painting. I have to do the snowman though. I do want to do that one. When I finish the one of the snowmen I started, then I was going to do another snowman with a cardinal on it for Josh because he loves cardinals, and I thought I wanted to give that one to him. And then I'm going to try to find one of these because I want to give. I'm going to do a really special one for Christina for Christmas, but I'll have to do that one off the thing. I just haven't figured out the pattern yet for that, but I do want to do. I'm going to do something really special for her for you know something. I don't know what yet. And I sat in the car today, and boy, guys, some of the shirts that we've come up with, the sayings for Kinasaga, they're so cute. I have to sit with Alfonso and have him help me with that. And then they'll have the logo of Christina and I, the Kinasaga chicks. But oh my gosh, they're so funny. And when I make them, I'll have to get myself a shirt, and Christina a shirt. They're real simple, but the sayings are really cute. I can't tell you what they are, but Josh was like, you need to change that word to this instead of tucking for one of them. I'll tell you that part. He said it needs to be tucking with tuck in, Tuckin, because it's more for rural kind of environments and where we're getting our fab. Okay, more country and more rural stuff. And so well, that's what the thing said when I put it in. It's just more country, and where we're getting our fabric and where we're going to fabric shops is more, it's more out in the country. So, but I thought it'd be cute. So I listened to his and took his suggestion. But I've got my first shirt ready to go. I just have to have Alfonso help me. He has to help me with the graphics, and then he has to help me load the product on because for some reason my computer just doesn't like it. I don't know why. So I can't. He has to load up. He has to load it up so that I can get it in because my computer will just not allow it. Don't know why. Yeah, the quilt I've got to do because I think that'll go down really well at that store. So we'll work on that after this. Um, I thought I was going to be able to finish this till I started realizing my back is acting up real bad. And she wants on the bed. I'm here. She wants on the bed. So I was thought I'll come on. I don't really have that much, and I'm doing this a lot faster. Sorry, trying. It's just not. It's just trying not to fuss too much about my back, but it's painful. I may think about doing a different handle, which I didn't think about for this one for a moment, because if we put the blue there, it's going to be hard to see. And there'll be green here, and we've kind of done a different handle on each one of these, so I may have to look and see what I find in my stash. It's something that's there, but it's a little different. But if we do the blue, it's going to be blue on blue. It's just you're not going to see it. So I have to kind of finagle and see what I can find. And it may end up being the green. And and I don't want to do a color that's too far off the beaten path. But so I have to think about that for a little bit here. And what I may need to do the handling. Thinking I may need to get a gel pad for this chair. Leaning back so it's not takes the strain off for a minute. Or mush back pain on anybody. It's awful. I'm looking through here first to see if I see something that'll work for the handle. I never thought of that when we were picking out everything. What about this idea? Wouldn't be bad for the handle. Oh, I think that'll work. Don't you? Do the handle in this and it'll break it up. We'll put white behind it. Yeah, I like that idea. That's what we're gonna do. Problem solved. I have noticed that when I have my juice, I sleep better. I don't wake up so warm. Don't know what it is. I'll gladly take it working, waking up roasting to death. Mm. I need to drink more of it for today. Josh is starting to drink it now. About every day I do it. I hate to tell y'all, but if you think I'm afraid to get up, the answer is absolutely yes. I'm just not looking forward to getting up out of this chair. Not one bit. I'll get up, but I'm not looking forward to it. Somebody get up for me, please. I would prefer that right now. No, I'm trying not to complain, y'all. It's not about complaining. It's just about trying to make light of it. I know what I'm going to do when I get up. Don't worry, I will not get up. If I think I'm going to I'll get Josh to help me. And it could be nothing, too. Could be a get up and I'm fine. I never know. I just know what I'm feeling right now. I don't like. Yep. I think the plaid is going to look nice. Because we've done every handle with a little different. I'm like, wait a minute. I forgot to look for that when I was doing that. So I think the plaid will look nice. I'll give it a little bit of not dementia. Dimension. Oh, easy for me to say, right? With the rest. It was kind of nice. We went through parts of it was like farm country and little towns, and I just loved it. We went through some windy roads today, though. I don't think there's part of me that would love to go back to Florida and see a few people that go back to our old church in Florida. And there's part of me that knows that I could never take it. I'd love to go back and see it. I couldn't take the traffic. You'd have to you'd have to knock me out. Couldn't take it. Even my aunt, when she was living, she used to say the traffic was bad when you all left is 10 times worse now. Forget even I-95, I'd have a conniption fit. I wouldn't be able to take it. We were on some kind of road today, and I was like, Josh, get me off of this road. I do not like it. And he eventually was like, he was supposed to be on it for like 7 or more miles. He was like, I'm getting off this thing. I can't take it. And he said, plus, we got to go find something to eat because he said, I'm like at 80. So he said, between the two. And he, thankfully, I've married somebody that for the most part likes the country back roads. He's not trying to get to things as fast as he can. He'd rather go back he loves driving the back roads and the country roads, and just loves it. And so I'm thankful that I married somebody that's just like, "Yeah, we can take our time. We're not in a rush. We're just going to go and do this." And just so thankful that I have that, because and I don't have somebody that just looks at me and says, "Well, you'll just have to deal with it because I want to get to A, but we want to get here, and we're going to get here, and that's just it. And I'll just have to deal with it." Just I'm so grateful that you know, I have somebody that's willing to just say, "We're going to take our time and no rush." And he said one of the things that he just loves doing is just going on the back roads and just driving. He said that's one of my favorite things to do, is go on the old country roads and just driving on them. I'm like, well, I'm just so thankful that I've been married to somebody that's not just like, well, we got to get to A and B and we got to get there as quick as we can. And you'll just have to just deal with it and take the highway and just, you know, very thankful. Because I can tell you I'd be a hermit. I wouldn't be going out very much, would I? And one of these days, my daughter's going to be like, "Mom, you'll just have to deal with it." I'm like, oh, God, Lord help me. But, one thing that I plan to teach my precious little one, my precious grandson, is just, child, you know, I want to teach him, hopefully, to, you know, understand that I know that to you it's like, "Oh, Grandma, we got to go this way because it's the slow way." But I want to show him compassion, and to look at the situation from a different perspective. you know I know it's not the fun way, but maybe for you, but I want to teach him to just, you never know where that skill is going to come in. It's just to have compassion and understanding. You don't have to understand, doesn't have to make sense to you, you don't have to like it, but you have to love the person enough to do what is good for them. And so I'm hoping that I can teach him that. And if you have somebody in your life that's dealing with a chronic illness, I know it's like, I don't understand why I have to do this. No, you don't have to understand. You're not in their body. So I hope to be able to teach them. My grandma, we can get there, or yeah, we can get there in, you know, half an hour, but your way we have to take 15 more minutes, or 20 more minutes. Well, you're doing it because you love me. It's easier for me. You're doing it just out of love. I'm hoping that I can teach them. It's not about getting there fast, but loving somebody enough to do what they need done. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to like it. It can frustrate you and irritate you, but one day you're going to be sitting in the car. I won't be here. You'll be thinking, "Man, I wish we could take those old country roads." But yeah, go back and enjoy them. Take 20 more minutes to get to someplace, you know, and then, and then when you're doing something like this and you're dealing with the stripes, you got to pay attention to how you want the stripes going. Like, I'd like to have the stripes kind of going down like this. So we got to pay attention to that a little bit. We're trying to pick the thing for it. Mary, don't do that. So I think that's a skill that needs to be learned. In today's world, I think we're too busy trying to get to point A and B and C, and we're forgetting it's not about getting there the quickest, it's about the time that you have with somebody. Of course, I don't think I have to worry about getting in a car with him for quite a while. I knew that this was going to need a double. So we really have we don't have much more left on this. So I think what I'm going to do after I get done with the handle is I'm going to finish my juice. And then I'm going to end the live, get up, go have a shower. Maybe that'll help relax the spasm that's happening in my back. And then tomorrow we'll come on and we'll finish the rest. Hopefully. And then on Saturday we'll start the quilt, which shouldn't take us more than one session to do. And then on Saturday I'll get so do I. On Saturday I'll get the pumpkin done pattern. So that Sunday night we'll start the pumpkin. We're going to try to go down to the Amish country on the 7th. So that'll give me a couple days to get that one done. I just want to deliver it down there and see how well those pictures go down there. And I've got the horse and buggy, which we're going to work on. But I would like to take that down and just place that in their store and see how well it goes. Test run. And I won't know unless I drop it off. Hi, Fire and Art. And then, so tomorrow we'll finish up this. We'll start the little quilt piece on Saturday, and I think we probably can finish that up. I mean, that'll be, after this, it'll be a lickety split one. And then Sunday we'll work on the pumpkin, which I think will be pretty quick, possibly, depending on which one I go with. I know it's early for the pumpkin, but I got to do the pumpkin so that I can take it down there on the 7th. This is sometimes with these double, you need the strength. I mean, the whatever that thing is, the seam ripper does well, but sometimes you just need, if you're doing the double fabric, you need the strength of this. You just have to do it very carefully when you do it because it will put a hole in it. It will do the hole. But as far as it coming apart, it's not going to come apart. And remember we were worried that the stuff was gonna, the temporary stuff was gonna come off. It's not going to. So sometimes you have to use this tool for the double work. Because it needs that it needs that little bit of force to get it to go down where you want it to. So you have to do it carefully. Or is it will kind of punch it through if you're not careful. So, and I do put just a little bit of glue on it just in case, just to kind of seal it down there. But when it's down, it's down. It's not coming back up again. I'll finish my juice after I get done with this part. And we'll finish this rest tomorrow. Hopefully, when I get up, I can walk. I'll have a shower, and hopefully that'll be it. Yeah, for the most part, my back's acting up a little bit. So I'm happy with it. But it is what it is. I'm just trying to press it through. You know what else to do, but just kind of keep pressing through, right? Do what I do best, which is just keep going. Oops. But I have just generation in my back, so I have a not the greatest back in the world. They found out actually that a lot of fibromyalgia patients struggle with back issues. It's actually more common than people realize. But, so then we've got to pay attention as we're doing this, that we're lining up, you know. The- And then when I go to this piece, I'm going to angle it down just a little bit. You see how I keep going and kind of going, and then this will be like this. So you have to pay attention to when you're working with the stripes. I can tell from the way it's going, I'm not gonna be able to sit here much longer. And I did get thinner white fabric because I knew I was kind of running low on what I had. So try that. I'm gonna finish my juice. And it was so cool when Mama looked at this piece last night. She goes, "I really like it." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's gonna be yours. You just don't know it yet." So it's like, I know my mom too well. So, I mean, I could have done it without the double, but it wouldn't have been as clean and crisp. And I knew it just from looking at it. Just if you're gonna do double fabric, you just have to realize that's why if you're gonna get white, get very, very thin white, or whatever color you're using, but to back it, you gotta get thin. There's it just makes more struggle to work with. But it's not impossible. It's just a little bit more of a struggle. So, but I thought we did every other handle and different. Let's gotta do this different. So thank you all for kind of I'm so glad I didn't lay down for a nap. I'm not happy with my back, but I'm very glad I didn't lay down for a nap because then I wouldn't have slept tonight. Tomorrow we have a community event we'll be going to, hopefully. So I can always take my walker if need be. That's why I have it. I can honestly say I didn't think I was going to need a walker at my age, but it is what it is. Oh, the never-ending job, right? Never ends. It never ends. It's a never-ending job. It's like, oh, this is the never-ending job. The thing that just never ends, no matter how much you try, right? It's like no matter what you do, if you think about it, you can say, "Oh, I've got all the laundry done," and then you look and go, "Guess what? I'm wearing the next thing that has to go in the laundry." Nuts. I'm not going to pick that up. I will use another one. Kind of cut this a little bit too thin, but I don't want to have to redo it again. So I just won't get it down there. And when we put the frame on, if you can see, it'll nestle right in there. So I'm not worried about it. And I put some glue on it so that it shouldn't get up. I guess they're supposed to be like free produce or whatever, I think. I don't know. Something. I don't know what it is, but they're going to be giving free resources out, what have you. So it's like, okay. And then Chrissy with Ohio Travels, she invited me to some kind of event. So I said I would ask Josh. It's on the 8th. So we'll see about that. Some kind of thing. I think there's supposed to be a drone show. If I said to her I was going live, and I said I probably won't answer you about it tonight. It's in Ashland where the balloon fair was, or balloon fest was. So we'll see. We shall see. Look fun. I'm just gonna look more into it. I probably won't get you a decision tonight. Because I just knew I was tired and I was gonna go live, and I was probably not making any decisions. Didn't quite know when we were going down to the Amish country, and I was like, guess we gotta go deliver those soap caddies, and so see, I'm purposely kind of making a little bit of a bit more of a hole there because I want to get this down, and I'm going to make a little bit deeper cut into there so I've got a wider space to deal with. Now set up your other one to kind of, you want it to kind of go like this. They're not going to match up perfectly, but we want to kind of, you can see the difference between putting the white and non the white. It makes a difference. It's an extra step, but you can see just how much brighter that is compared to that. So sometimes it's necessary. She finds community events. She's amazing. Chris, the Ohio Travels with Chris. She lives not very far from me. And she finds all these community events that I'm like, okay, I didn't find that. I didn't know about that was happening or this was happening or what have you. So I just tell her, if you see an event and you want to go and I can go, I'll try. But, I've had to tell her too. I said, I will do my best. But I can call you, she's willing to accept that. So I've had to do it. Just call her up and say, I can't go. I can't. I'm not having a good day today. I say, sit there and say, I'll try. I'll do my best to do it, but I can't promise you that I can always come through. I'd like to, but unfortunately, it's part of it. And if you have friends that have fibromyalgia and you have planned events, please don't make them feel bad when they call up and they said they can't do it for whatever reason. It's not that they don't want to, it's their body won't allow them to. Yeah, I think the handle looks good. Just like the rest of the handles were all different. I mean, this one wasn't terribly different, but it was still, it still was kind of stuck out a little bit. I thought, if we do this one, this color, it's going to just, all the handles kind of pop a little bit. And that, not that this doesn't pop, but it just would have kind of blended in. And I thought, we can't do it in this color because you won't, for sure, you won't see it. So at least this makes it kind of pop out. And it goes with the plaid. So, or with the the plaid. If this was brighter, then I would have done this and the thing, but it just didn't lend itself to that. This makes it because it's got a glitter and it stands out. So does this handle because it matches the base. But I'm not gonna. Problem is, it's just the color. I thought if we do green, problem is green's here, so then it would have worked, but it would have blended in. This sticks out, makes the handle just stick out just a little bit instead of it being like just part of the whole thing. I'm saying you really have to. You have to handle it with careful. You have to be careful because it can really damage the whatever the foam board is. But sometimes you have to just use these tools when you're dealing with the double fabric because it just needs that. It's thicker, so you've got to be able to kind of get in there a little bit, and it won't doesn't want to go down like the others do very easily. So I try to also make sure that my cut's pretty close to it because like this is all bunched up. So if I can, smudge tweezers come into play. You can pick it up a little bit. See, that's all that extra fabric. We got to cut that off. It's just not going to tuck in. just do it carefully. But sometimes I really had to see if you jab the the foam board, you get it into kind of the crevices. I just try not to do that too often, except when I'm kind of dealing with this stuff. I'm dealing with a double fabric, and it's kind of like I have to. And then it blends in enough for me to get it down there. You can kind of do that with the seam ripper too, but just got to be careful. And I would recommend, especially like this little section, I'm going to put glue. Because if I don't get it all the way down where I want it, it's not going to be a clean, uh, it's not going to be a clean tuck. So in order to prevent it from fraying and it coming up, you have got to put some glue. And then you can get it in pretty seamless. And then it's pretty seamless. We're not looking for perfect, but I'm not going to get it all the way in there. There's just no way. But I would like to get it to the point where it blends. But if you use the glue and you don't get it in for a full tuck, then you're kind of blending it in, and you're preventing it from coming back up again. You know, so don't be afraid to use your glue. It's your real. It's a way of kind of. It's your Band-Aid, and it will stay. Believe me. Sure. And there's nothing wrong with using it either. I use it a lot more than I thought I would do, but I'm glad I have it. I'm glad I figured that one out because it's been very, very helpful. Okay, we're gonna do this last piece. I'm gonna finish my juice, and hopefully I can get up without a problem. So, praying people, say it for me when I get up. Just can't sit anymore. Hasn't bothered me tremendously till about now. Now it's starting to really. It's time for heating pad and rest. Hopefully by tomorrow it'll be all fixed. Now we're going to turn this a lot. And what I'm trying to do too, I don't know if you can see it, is I'm trying to somewhat connect like this row with that. It's not always happening, but I am attempting to try to get it to work. May not always do it, but I'm trying. And then we will come on and finish the rest tomorrow. So the schedule is, I try to get a live scheduled. Really? Um, that was a bad idea. I'm not going to get up. I really not. Oh, God, Anyway, sorry. We're going to tomorrow. I will hopefully schedule live for tomorrow evening. We'll finish the rest of this. And then on Saturday, we'll work on the quilt piece so I can get that ready for the Amish, that store where we have our subcaddies are down, that's fabric. And then on and then on Sunday, we'll start working with pumpkin. Get all those done. So this is not gonna be fun. And unfortunately, because of my back, I cannot go to a chiropractor. I have been told by several doctors that if I go to a chiropractor, they could adjust me wrong and I could be paralyzed. So I've been told do not allow your back to be adjusted by a chiropractor because it could be, it could not turn out well. So it would, I can't take a chance, unfortunately. So people may come in the comments and say, go to see a chiropractor. No, I was told very, very specifically, do not allow a chiropractor to ever adjust you. Back's too messed up for that one. Josh does well. If he could have the insurance pay for a chiropractor, he's done very well at the chiropractor, actually. Not me. So do not. So we do not. And I don't know if this is going to be the case. We are only about 105, if I'm not mistaken, hours away from 3,000. So I do not know if that means that at 3,000, I have been told by people that once you are or once you have been monetized, you have to go back to the 4,000 hours. You can't claim it halfway through. It'd be nice if that was not the case, but I have a feeling that's probably is the case. So it'll be nice to see if we get to the 3,000 mark, whether or not we get to achieve partial monetization yet, or whether it means that when we have to wait till we get to the 4,000 to get everything back to where we were before. So be interesting to see what happens when that happens, but we're not far from. Be nice if we could get back to at least the partial, but I don't know if I've heard that when you have already been monetized, you can't access that again. It's a one-time thing. So we'll just see. We'll see what happens. We'll see whether or not when we get to the 3,000, whether or not it means that we have to wait till we get to the 4,000, or whether we get to at least get back to, I think it's memberships and super chats and all that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm curious to see whether it'll sit there and go, okay, yeah, you can have it back, or you have to wait. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I'll let you all know, and then at least so I can tell people I'm never hitting the supposed button again. I can tell you all that. So I'll let you all know when I know. just enough glue to kind of put in certain areas. When I'm dealing with the doubles, I will put glue in a little bit. I'll put it in just certain places because you've got a thicker section you gotta kind of work with a little bit. And Mocha's snoring, y'all. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get up and go have a shower and go make some more soap caddies. The nurses were amazed. They were like, "You just started that. How could you finish?" I said, "Well, because I'm quick when it comes to soap caddy making. Thankfully, if it took me hours, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing." But okay, I'm loving that handle. I really am. That handle turned out really good. Love, 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 love the handle for that one. My trick, the water trick, it works. Thank goodness. Yeah. Let me just put a little bit of glue, um, just for safety's sake. Just right along here because it's seeming to lend itself to. It seems to be. I think I'm gonna need it. It goes on. Always clean it up after the fact. But I know I'm a perfectionist, y'all. And it's the truth. I am. And I try not to be, but it's hard. I'm telling you, if anything else, this craft will teach you not to be, because you can't be a perfectionist with us. It's just not going to happen. You can try, it won't look homemade. Okay. So that's it for that tonight. Looks good. I love it. I love that handle. It's really cool. Sets it apart. I think if we had done the green, it would have been too. It needed something. Just wouldn't have worked. And this works because it's sparkle and because this outside for the most part is different. That's why that one works, and this works because of that. But it just needs something else. It looks cool. Sets the handle apart. Finishing my juice before I get off here, because I know when I get off here I won't finish it. I promise you all I will not. Oh, when you use your spray, wipe your board if you're using a board, because it will stick on there. I promise you all I will not get. If I get up and I think I can't do it, I will ask Joshua. Hopefully I get up and we don't have a problem. I'm hoping. I'm praying. I'm bending down to pick up that thing to not upset, positive vibes going through my body. So tomorrow I'll set up a live and we'll finish the rest of the teapot here, get that done tomorrow for sure. And then on Saturday will be the quilt, and on Sunday we'll start the pumpkin. Tomorrow I gotta practice my flute. I pick out a song and start practicing it every day. And that way we'll finish it up. And I know people go like, it's not time for pumpkins yet. Everybody else is putting pumpkins out. The only reason I'm doing it is because if we go down to the Amish country on the 7th, I think if they put a pumpkin out, it may very well sell. Because you got people starting to put fall stuff out. So people will be coming and going in that store and looking and going, oh, pumpkin, it's really cute. So I think people may actually tend to pick it up. Possibly. So we'll see. It doesn't hurt to move, but bending does not feel nice. And I'll take my water and stuff is great, but it leaves a residue. So what I do or I get done is I always wipe my board off. If there's glue or residue on it, this is just a cutting board. I know I could get self-healing or self-healing thing for quilt stuff, but I think this is better because you guys get to see the picture instead of having to, you know, and I don't want to cut through the tablecloth. But I think that way you guys get to see the image clearly on the white without lines and all that other kind of stuff. So that's why I use this instead of using a self healing. If you're doing it, if you're doing you're not on a live, you can use a self healing quilt mat. But I just think it's easier for you guys to see the white on the white, see the fabric, see the project instead of being a green mat. I mean, I'm just thankful this didn't happen yesterday because I'd have still done it. I'd have done it for my kid, that's for sure. This thing has been so great to be able to take my tools and be able to put them all in. I've finished my juice. I'd love to finish this, but I don't think that would be the wisest thing right now I could do. We go back here. And I can tell you what I do is I clean up while I'm live with you all, and then it's kind of like, you know, when I went back today, this was in the little 1/8 thing, and I looked in the thing, they didn't have any of this left, so I'm really glad I snagged it when I did because it was the perfect thing. And I saw this, and I knew I was going to do this teapot for Mama, and of course we're Scottish. Like we have to have a little plaid in there. We just have to. Anyway, so we will finish this, and we'll figure out the frame. Josh is going to very shortly order that. Okay, we'll figure out. I'm going to do better frame. Okay, no, I'm not outlining this. I'll find a better solution. Not my night. This isn't too far. Who's there? All right. There's help to pick up all of my stuff. So tomorrow we're gonna finish the tilted teacups. I still want to call this thing teapot, and I do have a teapot too, but I know she'll really like that. She used to have my mom, and the reason why I did it too is my mom used to have a whole shelf of teapots. And when we moved into this apartment, she didn't want to put it up. So she couldn't display all her teapots, but she had them. She used to love doing that. So I figured out this would be a way of having her teacups without having her shelf of or teapots. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna head off here. I promise. I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna go lay down. I'm gonna go have a hot shower, and I'm gonna go get my heat on my back, and hopefully it'll just work itself out. And hopefully by tomorrow we will be a-okay. Because that's what I'd like to do. I feel it still sticky. Maybe it's just me. So, anyway. So thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you, Sandy Wendy, for sticking by me. I appreciate it more than you know, my friend. That being said, you have to let me know what you want me to make. 'Cause if I can do it, I want to do it for you. Just so it's my way of saying thank you for everything that you've done. So, guys, I'm gonna head off. Remember to be proud of being you because everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. We have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And we'll see you tomorrow, probably around 7 o'clock is when I'll do it. Hopefully, I will be able to be just fine by tomorrow. Let's just good prayers, good vibes, and all that kind of good stuff. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Have a great night. Bye bye, everybody.